The Adventures of Velocy and Emma, Book 2, The First Adventure.
Now, where was I?
And thus our adventuring days began.
Oh, yes. So when I say adventuring days, I mostly mean playing in the yard, taking hikes in the woods, things of that manner. Until one day, as I was racing home from school, Velocy began racing me, which was totally unfair, seeing as velociraptors are much faster than humans. So I grabbed his tail, and he kept right on running, until he stirred up so much dust we couldn't see anymore. And when the dust settled...
Velocy, what are you doing? I almost bumped into you. Where are we?
I noticed our strange western surroundings. And before I could really get a grasp of what was going on, we were interrupted.
This is the Wild West.
By a strange-looking cowboy.
You lost, young lady?
I decided I'd pretend like we were lost until I could fully gather what was going on.
Yes! Yes! We're lost. A twister. Blue is here.
Where are you from?
Out of town. Way out of town.
Well, I'm headed out of town myself. If you feel like tagging along, you can come with.
Okay.
Now, of course, it's never a good idea to go off with strangers, or lie, but for some reason, this young man reminded me of my grandfather.
Of course, even still, that doesn't make it okay to go off with strangers. But I was 12. And young and foolish.
What you gonna do in town?
Well, I'm headed off to town to go get some supplies and find parts of something I lost.
So the three of us rode on for several miles until it got dark. And we had to settle in for the night. And just as soon as I fell asleep, I was rudely awakened by Velocy loudly crunching a bug.
Velocy, be quiet. You're munching always.
Before I could even finish scolding Velocy, I was reminded of him eating my time portal 2 years ago. And it gave me a most interesting theory. Perhaps him eating that time portal gave him the ability to time travel? It was a lot to take in, and eventually I fell asleep thinking about it. And before I knew it, I was awoken again. But at least this time it was morning.
Up and at 'em. We better get a move on.
So we picked up where we left off, riding the trail to the town. And eventually, by noon, we finally arrived in town.
Looks like we finally made it, folks. Now I'm heading off real quick. You go ask the townsfolk if they've seen your parents or know where you live.
If they don't, can I help you?
I reckon.
Now, obviously, I didn't ask for my parents, but I did ask what year it was.
It's 1898.
After a while, I came back with my best act.
Nobody knew anything?
No. Only to get this response.
Well, I reckon I'll just have to take you back the way we came and try and find them myself.
I knew I couldn't let that happen.
Wait, what about you? Don't you have something to do in town?
Yeah, I do, but
You do that first, and then we can think about me.
if you say so.
But for some odd reason, Mr. Cowboy Man made us stay by the tent while he went to look for whatever it was he was looking for. And by the time he came back, me and Velocy were already sleeping. But I was shortly awakened by a strange noise. And turned to see Mr. Cowboy Man welding?
What? But I thought...
I can explain. I'm not from around here. You might not believe it, but I'm from about 65 years in the future.
What? So am I! Except more than 65. How did you get here?
Why, I invented this time portal. Don't work right, though.
Wait. What's your name?
Why, my name is Professor Chadwin Avima.
I was awestruck. My own grandfather, 60 years younger or more, had been standing before me this whole time.
Is something the matter?
It's a long, complicated, awkward story.
I'm your granddaughter.
Me admitting I was his granddaughter was weird for both of us. So the subject was changed, and he asked how I got here.
Funny story, actually. I was racing Velocy, that's him over there. And then poof, you're here.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I know, right? And actually, I think it's because he ate one of those before.
Wait, you mean someone in the future's already invented this?
Yep. And that someone is you.
Oh, good. Anyhow, I'll have to run some tests on that thing of yours. But I think I can get the both of us home to our rightful time periods.
Great.
But can we do that in the morning tomorrow?
Oh yeah, definitely. Not tonight.
So the next morning we began running tests. He started by having Velocy run backwards for 1 full mile. Velocy ran right out of this time period and came right back holding my toy bear. So then he had Velocy run backwards for 3 miles and came back with a note that read 2098. And then he had Velocy run forward for 1 mile with a note that read 1798. Then forward 3 miles, coming back with a note that read 1698. Till at last he had enough info.
Alright, I'll write you a paper that'll help you get home. And also, time travel on your own too. Alright, sweetheart, here you are. Now you need me to take you home? Because I can. Or you think you got it on your own?
Yeah, I think I got it. You can go home first.
Alrighty then, if you say so.
So I waited for Velocy to get back so I could go home. And then at last, we were both home, safe and sound. And now that Velocy could time travel and we knew how to use it, we could have some real adventures. The end. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for book 3. It'll be out soon before you know it.